Guys, so I follow this guy, right? I don't know if any of you guys follow this.
What is this?
I know this is random. Makes really good content. He just makes like, I don't know, just random. He just talks about random topics. He talks about anime sometimes. Or he talks about anime a lot, actually. First of all, I just want to show you guys, if you haven't seen this guy, Scramboli Reviews. Really good. He makes a lot of really... He's shown me a lot of like really good manga.
Poop! Dude! Stop.
He talks about, please, I found the worst rated anime on the internet. The worst rated anime on the internet.
The animation. Wiz Khalifa. It was a night like any other. The cold winter air caressed my neck as I hunched over my desk. To my surprise, a foul stench took up residence in my shabby masturbatory. I shit myself, I thought. Not again. But to my misfortune, it wasn't
this original content from.
It was the stench of discovery. And discover is exactly what I did, baby. With a lack of sleep and the impulse to reach the very end of my anime list to find the worst anime ever made, no matter how long it took, I set sail. The views, the power, the women, I would have it all.
This is actually one of my favorite creators, like, ever. If I ever got to talk to him, I'd freak out.
I got bored and
I love his, like, the way, everything, the way he writes, the way he scripts everything. I love it.
Here's how this video is gonna work. You and I are gonna.
I watched a little bit of this video, so I've seen this little intro bit.
Pretty much a whole movie while I hold your hand and talk.
Then I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stop right here. I'm gonna watch this on
fun time. Feel free to use the timestamps if you get sick of hearing me talk about any one of these absolute titans: Mars of Destruction, Dark Cat, and Vampire Homes. Gentlemen,
I've never seen any of those.
You on the other side.
Bro, we gonna learn today.
The lowest rated anime on this list. It's about a future version of Earth where aliens invade Japan. Only Japan. This sparked curiosity in me. Why is it that in anime, aliens only seem to invade Japan? And the only reasonable deduction I could come to is that it's gotta be the K-pop. Aliens love K-pop. That's just some trivia. Let's talk about the show. I was obviously gonna watch the dub.
Think of all the bots.
English version
Think of all the bots on Twitter.
Worse, so while the intro was playing, I noticed something.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Oh.
The music will deadass change depending on if you're watching the dub or sub.
What the hell?
Not only that, but other sound effects were clearly incorrect. The subtitles were off.
I swear, I never touched the girl.
I realized that these aren't young, fresh, ambitious voice actors excited to do their job. These are a bunch of people that just don't give a fuck. This is a crew of broken men.
I love those kinds of freaking
give a fuck about whether they're fired or not, or they're homeless. You can't just deliver a line like this and keep going.
I don't know if I can do it. Okay. All boarding the 7:25 train from Indianapolis to Seattle.
I guess four guys got bored one day and decided
what the hell, they actually dubbed it
and make most of the sound effects themselves. It's really the only existing dub of the show I could find. So we have
Wait, there's no way that could actually be a real dub.
You can either watch it how the Japanese intended, or watch it how four drunk white guys. Do
you think there was like a bro? That was like a fan dub before like fan dubs were even a thing.
I think my choice is
that's kind of cool.
The show
actually
kicks off with some girls fighting the dumbest looking
like think of like all the parody voice
suck, by the
VAs.
way. Look at this.
It's like I guess it's like Ghost Stories. Yeah, yo, Ghost Stories, perfect example.
That is until our lead protagonist arrives to save the day, Tommy, who promptly gets beat up and hospitalized. This is one of the lamest and most slow-paced fight scenes you and I are going to see for a long time.
Oh my god.
It's actually awkward how quiet and muffled everything is as this puppet monster goes to give Tommy a titty twister. While in the America version, you got Power Rangers music, you got monster noises, you got stuff like this. Tommy! I'm having a blast at this point, so I kept to pushing. After the battle, Tommy ends up hospitalized and having flashbacks of his past.
Holy fuck! Yo, we gotta watch this. I wonder if we can find this on the internet.
Damaged. It appears that to preserve her life, they have to replace her brain with that of a dolphin. My heart dropped at this point because I realized that I had almost no fucking clue what was actually going on and would have to switch to the normal version. Now that I understand what's going on, the story explains AST, Anti-Unidentified Ancient Special Team, defenders of Earth composed of the best martial artists, swordsmen, and gun people, and Tommy, who is just in high school. That's the thing that the narrator thinks of. That's the only thing they can say. He's not really good at anything. They don't even know why he's on the team. This is boring.
Bro, you have to project onto him, dude. They have to make it the baseline. That's hilarious.
Cats are made up from people taken from various.
Bruh, this looks like freaking Ava.
The gang is on their way to some research center to transport shards from the
This is
broken
Ava
spaceship
before
that
Ava
popped in the
was a
beginning.
thing.
But a car explodes.
That's hilarious.
The ancients try to hijack this car, I guess, and this big guy shows up. So Tommy shows up, and then Tommy runs to get the bad guy, and the bad guy. Well, I guess Tommy's out again. Things are looking grim. The monster is just standing there, and Tommy has to save everyone with a brand new plasma rifle that can only fire one shot. Luckily, the monster doesn't really seem to be putting anyone in danger. It just really likes choking people. Wham! Tommy aces the monster in one shot, and the day is saved. But then it's revealed that the ancients are actually Martians. But then it's also revealed that the Martians are the true Earthlings all along, all in a triumphant twist that really confuses. Wait, that's the end.
Some fucking M. Night Shyamalan ass twist. What?
That the ancients are actually Martians. But then it's also revealed that the Martians are the true Earthlings all along, all in a triumphant twist that really confuses. Wait, that's the end. There's no other episodes. It just ends there. One episode was enough. The show is extremely awkward. There's next to no sense of realism in any of the scenes, and there's an immense amount of silence,
Yo, honestly,
drowning out any sort of cinematic impression that the show could have been trying to leave on you. Not only that, but the dialogue is like reading the back of a pill bottle. Just shut up. Which is what made switching to the dub so entertaining. Literally any time the Japanese version started boring me, I could just immediately switch to the dub and have fun. I loved watching this. Weirdly, it also magnified how absurd a lot of normal anime scenes are too.
Yeah.
The way they highlight grunts and intentionally make pauses in sentences awkward translates to other shows.
Yep.
Like, yeah, realistically, the constant are pretty dumb.
Oh, shit.
Rating my overall enjoyment, I give this a 7 out of 10.
Wow,
the original
that's
Japanese
pretty high.
version would be
Pretty
like
good.
torture. The story is beyond boring. It's not even really funny, ironically, like other shows on this list. But if you can switch back and forth like myself, or just watch the fan dub, which is 100% on YouTube.
Oh, we gotta watch that. We gotta watch that. We gotta watch that. We gotta watch that.
The city is in great peril. Girls around the country have been disappearing, but that's not important. Look at this stupid idiot.
You'll have to forgive me.
For what?
I can't offer you anything to drink.
Bitch.
I can't get out of bed.
Oh,
that's all right.
Early on, I began to take note of how
the
bad
fuck?
the voice acting is. There's not really a lot of
Why are
emotion
the
in these
English
lines,
dubs
just
so
words.
bad?
You should get some sleep.
Okay, why are we paused for so long?
No! I can't fall asleep. I'll die.
What are you talking about?
That is the most
died a long time
relatable
ago.
response.
The girl is a ghost or something and tries to kill the edgy guy, but the edgy guy is like, trust me, it'll be cool.
Bro, who is this fucking Yusuke Urameshi looking ass wannabe guy? Oh my gosh, you died a long what the fuck is this?
That is the most
died a long time
relatable
ago.
response.
You died a long time
The
ago.
girl is a ghost or something and tries to kill the edgy guy, but the edgy guy is like, trust me, it'll be cool. And then she's like,
Trust
"Well, I
me,
guess
it'll
he
be
told me
cool.
it'll be cool," and decides not to shred him like confetti. This is one of our male leads, Hyoi. This is
Hyoi.
Ayumi. She is asthmatic, a bit of a simp, and clearly voiced by at least a 49-year-old
I fucking love this
woman.
already.
Hey, you know, you sound like my mom.
Your mom's dead. You're old.
Ayumi
my
is special
God,
because
the voice acting
the
is so
story told
bad.
us she's special, and her cat is actually this guy's brother because this guy can turn into a cat sometimes to fight evil, and so can his brother.
Nice.
How do they fight evil? Well, funny enough, this is actually where the story gets sort of creative. Instead of having a generic superpower like flight or super strength, they go meow and turn into cats.
She was blue.
This is fucking retarded. Anyway, Ayumi finally meets Hyoi, and she's all like,
Damn, bitch, keep it down.
I'm Hoi Kagasa.
wow.
Bro, this guy looks
That was not
suave.
the voice I was expecting. Even after watching the movie, I don't really know why he randomly chose to introduce himself to her, or why his brother was watching the whole thing and was like, here we go again. What do you mean, here we go again? Is there a recurring problem with him introducing himself to minors? Oh. Two more characters we need to introduce before we get to the fun part. Here's Hiroki, the most pathetic, depressed, and realistic character I've ever seen in my life.
The real girlfriend. I'm gonna be by
myself forever.
I guess his whole thing is that he's been transmuted into a Reddit mod after some trauma, so now at least 90% of his dialogue is him saying relatable shit all the time. Ayumi saves Hyoi from getting bullied by Sylvester Stallone, and he lies there all depressed until she checks on him.
Let's split before they both get their periods.
What a pussy, let's get out of here.
Then he says, piss off. So she goes home all sad and announces her feelings out loud.
Holy
This is where
fuck.
it gets good. The next day at school, Ayumi is doing chores and she knocks down the trash she was carrying. Some teacher
my
notices
God.
and man, their interaction
That was
is
actually
so weird.
me.
I'm just gonna play
Facts.
Oh, look at what you've done.
Bruh.
You've made such a
Guys.
mess.
it. Two more characters we
Is
need
this
to
not
introduce.
me?
And realistic
Look at
character
this.
I've
Alright,
ever
no, this
seen
is-
in my life.
Bro, this is.
Never gonna have a real
Look at this.
girlfriend. I'm gonna be by myself forever.
I guess his whole thing is that he's been transmuted into a
Okay,
Reddit
let's go
mod
back.
after some trauma. So
Oh,
Get
fuck.
down. Do it with your hands.
What the hell?
Mess.
Wait a second.
It's
next day at school, Ayumi is doing chores.
What the
and she
hell?
knocks
How'd
down the
that
trash she was
escalate
carrying.
so quickly?
Some teacher notices and man, their interaction is so weird. I'm just gonna play it.
Oh, look at what you've done. You've made such a mess.
it's
Yes,
leaves.
ma'am. I'll clean it up.
It's leaves.
Where are you going?
To get the broom.
Do it with your hands.
What?
What did you say?
Get
Oh my
down
God,
on your
she's
knees
serious.
and pick it up with your hands.
This isn't anime.
Do
This
it.
is smut.
Why the fuck? Whoa.
I need exactly.
Yo, what kind of strong ass teacher though? One-handed? Her head's still on her book. What the fuck is this?
What do you think
She
you're
was just
doing?
palming her ass.
Part-time alpha male, full-time cat. So she goes to meet the teacher just like she
Full-time
said. and
cat.
That smut joke very
Oh.
quickly became not a joke. They start playing jazz. She leans over this little dude saying, hey, come on. Like the dude in the beginning, it's all bad. And
Oh,
right as
someone
they
is-
lean over
oh,
for
what
a
the
kiss,
fuck is
bam,
go-
a wiener's crawling out of her mouth. Surprise! Big brother breaks in and explains.
What the? Wait, what?
Quickly became not a joke. They start playing jazz. She leans over this little dude saying, hey, come on. Like the dude in the
What?
beginning, it's
This
all
reminds
bad.
you know what this kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of JoJo's. This is better than porn. I feel like if I was watching this, I would have to turn this off and just be like, nah, nobody can ever see me watching anything ever again. Bro, imagine showing this to the homies.
And right as they lean over for a kiss, bam, a wiener's crawling out of her mouth. Surprise! Big brother breaks in and explains that every human has a little bit of evil inside of them that can be used to distort the soul or whatever,
fuck.
and begins to suspect that someone is behind this. And someone is behind this.
Oh,
It's
shit.
a green booger man! This guy has been
Oh my
preying on the
gosh.
negative feelings of humans to turn everyone
This
into
dude
demons.
looks like
He's also the one who
freaking...
trained the Dark Cat
This
brothers
that
to really
dude
decide
looks
to fight
like
against
damn
evil. And the
Hulk's
fight that comes right after
uncle.
finding
What
that
the
out is where
fuck?
you realize exactly how stupid the transformations are and how awkward and ear-grating the voice acting is.
Yuck.
But then one of the cats
What
pulls
the
out a
hell
sword
is
and Booger Man is
that?
all like, holy
What?
awkward and ear-grating the voice acting is. But then one of the cats pulls out a sword and
That's disgusting. That sounds like a bro. I didn't want to play that again. No way.
Booger Man is all like,
Holy shit. Yuck.
and literally
Yo, they have
runs
like a
away seconds
freaking.
after. The little
What are
one's
those
like,
swords? They have
"Fuck,
lightsabers?
Dude, what are we gonna do? And the big one's all like, want a macrodose on DMT in the woods.
What? Oh my gosh.
While they're bugging out, Ayumi goes to check
That
on
beat was kinda
Hiroki and
fire.
basically throws herself at him. Unfortunately, Hiroki started moderating the r/atheism subreddit and hates God, life, and women now.
Oh my gosh.
Don't touch it.
He tells her about when he got the worst friend zoning of all time, and now his entire school life is in shambles. He literally stopped sleeping, stopped showing up to
Bruh.
school. It's actually pretty messed up.
That's
on the other hand, we
sad.
find
What
out that
the fuck
Ayumi is
is
secretly
this?
in love with Hiroki as she starts lovingly reminiscing over their childhood photos. I mean, crying. She's now crying. Ayumi is very sad that Hiroki is sad about another woman. That's very important. Remember that. Meanwhile, the Booger Man decides to wreak havoc on the city. And
I
turn
like how
everyone
this has
into
like a whole
monsters.
side story of like freaking. Oh, what's up, Kufo? What's going on, dude? I like how this has like a random just side story of just this guy just being sad and her love life, while also these cat people are trying to like save the world from this freaking
The Booger
monster.
Man decides to wreak havoc on the city and turn everyone into monsters. This is bad because the big one is still tripping out, talking to trees and finding himself, and probably shitting all over himself. He's part cat, and that looks like a phenomenal trip. Too good not to shit yourself on. This means the little brother has to fight the tentacle demons all by himself. He gets his ass kicked until the magic conch shell starts saying, "Use the sword."
Oh my gosh. What the hell is he gonna use?
Use the sword.
Then this whole demon issue isn't really a big deal.
This man has a lightsaber. It was like a katana lightsaber. That shit's kind of cool
Fast forward
though.
to the next day.
That's kind of
Chloe
drippy,
randomly
not gonna
asks
lie.
Amy's best friend if he can walk her home. On the way, she says this.
Well, there's sure been a lot of strange things happening lately. I'm not saying that's her fault, but if Aime's feelings are attracting some evil presence, I wonder if someone's stalking her.
Huh? How the fuck does she know any of that? There's not been a single scene where this chick sees any monsters or weird behavior, and she's talking about some stalker? What? Completely random, and turns out she's right. Ayami's been attracting monsters like a magnet because of her excess of negative feelings.
She just has like a sixth sense.
Objectively, Hiroki
What
is
the
the
fuck
most
is going
tortured
on
character
here?
in the show and definitely has more negative feelings in her, but anyway. Hyoi rushes over to the school where the booger monster has turned almost everyone into monsters.
Oh, that looks so gross, man.
Did he really?
I do not
just
like
say
this
that?
style.
Booger monster has turned almost everyone into monsters.
Yeah.
Dark cats unite.
Well,
We are on
did
to
he
your plans,
really
Duke of
just
Kubo.
say that?
Ayami and Hiroki use this chance to slip out and escape to another classroom because they can't leave the school. They hadn't thought that far. Hiroki decides that in the middle of this life-threatening situation to be all like, I wonder if Hiromi's farted today. The girl just starts freaking out because she's triggered by jealousy, and the Booger Man appears to just start talking shit for no reason.
She's such a sweet girl. Watch this. This can't be.
He turns her into a monster and basically
fuck.
says that since Hiroki ignored Ayami so hard for that other girl, her feelings of hatred became strong enough for him to manipulate her evil energy, blah blah blah. Basically, she becomes a beacon of evil, and it's impossible to
And
save
it's
her
all
now.
because
So
of
the
this
two
guy.
brothers have to decide
That
on whether to
sucks.
purify
And this
her
guy's
using
already, like,
magic and
super
save her soul,
sad.
or pure kung fu, baby.
Oh fuck. Yes, sir.
Save her.
It's actually pretty sad how weak these guys seem. Even I wanted to pitch in after hearing how they fight. At some point, Jukabu says, "Stop!" So they both actually stop. Hyoi finally asks the question, "Why are you doing this?" And his response is,
Every human being has both good and evil in their spirit, and as
"Oh, there. He 100% forgot his line for a
Yeah,
moment
he
and
messed
tried to roll
up.
with
He
it."
stuttered.
They take the fight outside, and Jugomongo gets serious. I want you
Jugomongo.
to close your eyes and imagine the literal embodiment of evil. What would the physical manifestation of negativity and hatred look like?
Nice.
Well, that's still going on.
Nice,
Hiroki
a
stares
cat.
a little too deeply into the tentacles
Bro,
and
that's what
falls
I've been
in
saying though.
love.
Cats are evil, dude.
Seriously?
realize that we were meant for each other.
This guy is, he has like the power of depression. Okay, that's a dark joke. Oh my gosh, no way.
Even so, she's like, how could you love someone else? And he's like, true. And she's like, well, okay, I didn't really need much convincing anyway. I just wanted to hear you say it. And are raptured right after. So they're dead.
Oh, they
let's check on
died!
Biggs the cat fight. Oh, he got cut once, so he's dead. And the story ends. There's a lot
Bro,
to
what the
decompress
fuck
here,
is
so
this,
I'll do my best to
This one-
quickly
I like the
and
other one more
accurately
than I
relay
like
my
this
thoughts so
one.
we can get to the last show.
This
The voice
one-
acting
so-
is
this
some
shit
of the
is
worst.
weak.
There are constant
power
moments
of
where I'm like,
depression.
wait, what did you say?
Let's get out of here.
There's moments where I'm deeply disturbed, and I have real specific gripes with certain
Spider-Man
characters.
3 is one of my
Hiroki
favorite
is
anime of
clearly
all time,
just voiced by
honestly.
some man.
Hey man, I'm not some trick pony that you see at the sideshow at the seashore. Cut me some slack pops and let me go home.
The fuck are you talking
What?
about?
I think he's some PA's cousin or maybe a janitor who got roped into doing the role. On the flip side, this anime is clearly from a different time, so they swore much more frequently and were kind of savage with how the characters talk.
I'd like to see you after school for a little while today. 3:30, room 2B.
Oh man, what a bitch.
God damn.
Oh my god.
I enjoyed that quite a bit, so that's going to bring the score up a tad. The art is not the worst, but deeply disturbing.
It's kinda
nonetheless.
gross.
A lot of the imagery is really gross, and the fights look
Yeah.
awkward. There's definitely more for me to dislike than there is for me to enjoy. And finally, the story. You just watched it. I don't really have much to say.
That
The
story's
only thing
not
I wasn't
good.
able to touch on was just how corny the whole thing is.
It's not
Like,
cohesive
the characters just
either.
go on these corny ass rants and do stuff like that. Dark Cats Unite nonsense. Overall, I rate my enjoyment of this one a 7. It was fun and had me
Well,
cracking up,
it
but I
tied with
pretty
the
much
other
showed you
one?
all the funny parts.
No
I wouldn't
way.
recommend watching it
The
yourself.
other one was way better than this shit. Dark Cats Unite for Vampire Holmes. Okay, this is like Sherlock Holmes but vampire. Oh my gosh, this style of animation is kind of weird.
What the fuck?
What?
Sherlock Holmes. Quirky, yet competent detective who's not afraid to get his hands dirty to solve a case.
Yes, sir.
Sherlock Holmes doesn't give a fuck about everlasting love or little idle songs. He cares about chewing on banana peels or whatever British people like to do. That's a joke. That's a joke. But as you can see, very early on in the opening, you get the eerie sense that something isn't right.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah, she's getting treated like Jesus.
What?
Yo, load.
Vampire Holmes is about, you guessed it, Sherlock Holmes, but vampire.
Shit's not even
However,
buffering for
in this
him.
anime, he sits on his couch all day and reads about cows while Hudson tries to get him to solve mysteries. The show's a little bit different from the others in that it's seemingly self-aware and doesn't take itself too seriously.
Okay,
it's
yeah.
even genuinely funny at
Wait,
times.
how can it? Yeah, okay. Wait a second. How could this be the worst anime if it's like bad on purpose? Like, there's a difference. Cause then if it's bad on purpose, you just put it in like a different league. Because there's like plenty of shows that are like Jackass isn't like a masterpiece, but people love it. This looks promising. This does look promising though. It looks like it actually is good.
There's a reason for this rating. The animation actively challenges your idea of bad art. It looks like shit. There's not a single frame that I can pause on and justify to a stranger.
Yeah, it looks so weird.
Are you winning, son?
It's fat bitches mud wrestling, I swear.
You can tell the artist really didn't want any part in making new backgrounds because almost the entire anime takes place in this sad little room. And the characters, there's always something wrong with the characters.
What about this one? What the? Why is this?
Why does he look like Hudson just said something deeply disrespectful?
Looks like fucking Sasuke.
Oh.
Did this show draw characters? Yes. Did they make them move? No. The story really isn't doing the show any favors either. Episode 1. Hudson harasses and pressures Sherlock into solving a crime. Sherlock picks finding a lost dog. This thing, briefly. Episode 2. Gay tensions rise as Sherlock finds another case to solve. Just kidding, he's laying on the floor. Episode 3. Sherlock eats cake while talking about how he doesn't have friends. At this point, even I was getting angry that Sherlock was such a lazy piece of shit. Why won't you work, Sherlock? What? Whoa, oh my god, that's really cool.
Yeah, dude, what the hell?
Then on our 4th
what
episode,
the hell?
Sherlock sells Hudson's ass for a year worth of rent.
Oh.
And it sounds like I'm picking random details out to make the show look odd. No. The main arc of episode 4 is about Sherlock pawning Hudson's B card for a roof over his head. Every episode is set around some mundane activity. It really is the Cowboy Bebop of the 2010s. Now,
Yes,
I'm sure a lot of you are wondering where this whole vampire thing comes into
Studio
play.
Kakuri.
I think the creators of the show would also like to know. Throughout the entire 12 episodes, that whole thing isn't mentioned once.
12
However,
episodes?
in the last 2 episodes, we get kind of close. There's werewolves.
Oh, nice.
You dumbass, that says werewolves. Apparently there's some werewolves going around and Sherlock decides to go out on a long walk without inviting Hudson. The next morning, Hudson reads the daily paper. No.
The case that got unsolved for years.
Sherlock has been
Mary
working on
disappeared.
this case the whole time.
Oh
his
my
Zanny
gosh.
box, the room drawing, everything. Oh, never mind, a dog bit his head, so I guess that means he didn't solve the case. The end. The characters are really strange. I
What?
have this strong compulsion to murder Hudson despite him doing nothing wrong.
What?
Shoot the baby teeth right out his mouth.
I also liked and disliked Sherlock. He's really funny at times, but super annoying on other points. Then there's the satanic cat that Sherlock makes friends with, but whew, that's for another episode. Overall,
That's
I
for
give the
another
characters
episode?
I know we
Is it
already
like a
talked about
whole
the art, but
episode
maybe
for
we
that?
misjudged some things.
No, he hasn't.
I didn't misjudge anything. As for the story, when they actually tried to get serious both times, I couldn't help laughing.
Vampire Home's looking like a
impossible to take this show
masterpiece.
seriously, and for that,
No
I'm
way
gonna
in
have
hell
to
it's
give
looking
this
like a
show some
masterpiece.
points.
Get
It's
the
so
heck outta here.
stupid and so ugly that when the story actually tells a
This shit
banger
looks
of a
like it's
joke,
genuinely
it magnifies
bad.
the hell out of it. It's like when a fat guy does a cartwheel, like, holy shit, did that fat guy just do a cartwheel? It's kind of normal for skinny people, but when the fat guy, it's funny. Overall, I rate my enjoyment of the show a solid 8. By far my favorite show on this list. I wouldn't really recommend it to you guys, but like Mars of Destruction, it's really short, so you can squeeze in a few laughs if you're curious.
What?
Final boss? There's no way there's another thing. The dementia section? There's no way there's another anime.
The dementia section. I don't know what it is, I just know that I don't like it. At the start of this video, I was on the prowl, looking for some real nasty garbage, and I found it. Most of the truly bad shows on my anime list are in this dementia section. Shitcom.
Oh my
I'm so
gosh.
excited to talk about this one because of the name. Sitcom. Poop. Get it? Well, that went out the window. This one made me so mad. And there's more, which taught me a valuable lesson. Not all bad anime is good anime.
That's
Here
true.
and here are where you want to be. As long as you're at least okay and above.
That's fair.
good
That's
job.
fair.
And if you
I can
pass a
agree.
certain threshold
There's
of
an
bad,
actual
you still get
bad.
irony, and you can laugh at how dumb it is, like a blind dog. But once you're below
But
average
there's-
and not bad enough to laugh at, that's a danger zone. It's common knowledge that these are the 3 states of anime.
I agree.
Unfortunately, I discovered the existence of a 4th zone. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure tier. No, but sometimes
No.
a show is just so trash that you can't even absorb a smidge of entertainment out of it. I ran into a lot of that. So there's a few shows.
Some of these are like just gross and like disheartening. It just makes you lose faith in humanity. I hate that sort of shit. That shit just. But yeah, this is a good video. I just wanted to show this to y'all. I actually really like. I love this guy's videos. If you guys haven't seen his videos, I hope you liked it. Go check out more of his stuff. It's